Okay, friends, YouTubers and any new viewers we might have, welcome back to Kenny's Collecting channel. Now, today's something a little bit unusual for you. I said at the end of the last video that I probably wouldn't be doing an unboxing, but actually I find that I've got a fair few pieces to show you, but due to a set of strange circumstances, I'm going to do something that I've not done on a pickups video before. I'm going to actually do an unboxing for you. I'll explain a bit more how that came about as we go along. And I'll apologise first of all to any of you who come along expecting to see some game steelbooks, because after the Lord Mayor showed the last two videos, I've run out of game videos, steelbook videos, steelbooks to buy, at least at a decent price anyway. So I'll have to wait until some of the more expensive ones come down in price. But we will get there. But as I say, there's been a glut in the last two videos. So we do have a few. Film steelbooks. So I'm just being attacked by my kitten here. We do have a few film steelbooks, a couple of games to show you, some comic related stuff, bit of film related stuff. So yeah, and wait, do you mind? So I've got somebody else obviously trying to get into the picture here. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, by the way, this is come here, mate. Come here. This is the newest addition to the family. Young Milo. He's a British short-haired lilac. We've had him a few weeks now, and he's just trying to distract me as well as he can. Anyway, right. Well, as I say, a strange set of circumstances got together to allow me to give you an unboxing today. It's the Need for Speed Heat Collector's Edition. Now, I pre-ordered this some time ago, and the idea was to wait. I mean, Need for Speed games have been a bit ropey of late. The idea was to wait to see if games sold out. And if they didn't, I was going to unpre-order it and just wait for a price drop maybe. But I actually forgot the day that it was due to be released, and I forgot to unpre-order it. So it came, and to be honest, I wasn't sure whether I was going to keep it or not, because it was like 100 quid. So I went to see an unboxing of it somebody else had done. I thought, I don't know if that's worth 100 quid. It's got a nice steelbook in, but anyway, I left it all sealed up just in case it was going back. But then I got a strange email from Game. It was a Game exclusive. I got a strange email from them to say that EA have decided that the model car that you get in the collector's edition was substandard in their opinion, and that they would be remodelling it and sending it out to all the people who bought the collector's edition at a later date, a few months down the line, because obviously it takes a while to put this sort of stuff together. Of course, then I thought, as a collector, I thought, another edition of the model. Well, I've got to have that. So I decided to keep it. So, of course, I then had a sealed copy sitting around, and I thought, well, why not just pad out the video with an unboxing? So here we are. Now, will you behave, man? Right, okay, so as far as games are concerned, the only thing I picked up was the Grid Day 1 edition. I remember Grid from way back. It's quite a nice racing game, and I'm into racing games, so I thought, okay, we'll have some of that. And then this one, although I haven't covered the Mega Drive yet in my series of of retro gaming machines. I saw this in Kex. Actually, it was very, very reasonably priced. Just 28 quid now. I mean, for old shmups on machines of that era, 28 quid for a nice copy of a good shoot 'em up is not bad at all. So I decided to buy that. Like I say, it's in very nice condition. The little booklets inside and everything, and there's the cartridge. So this is one of the better shoot 'em ups for the Mega Drive. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that one. Right, now as far as film steelbooks are concerned, that looks like that's the 4K version of Maleficent. I mean, the original Zavvi Blu-ray went out of print a long time ago. It's quite expensive now. I managed to get one sort of like pretty cheap, but unfortunately the 4K version, when I went to see the film at IMAX recently, it's not too bad. But the 4K steelbook is almost identical to the Blu-ray, the ordinary Blu-ray one, so that was a little bit disappointing. But I was delighted that Zavvi got this back in stock. This is I collect, as you know, I've got a full set now of the Marvel Cinematic Universe steelbooks, and they also do the lenticular variants. Well, I've been collecting those as well. I've still a few light, but this went out of stock very quickly when it was announced, and I missed it. But luckily they had a few back in stock, and I managed to grab one. So yeah, that's the lenticular version of Infinity War, which as one of my favourite films of late is, one of my favourite films of all time. was a nice one to pick up. Likewise with this. Now that went out of print, and a few copies came back in stock. Brightburn. Yeah, I've actually seen it, but it's the 4K version. Sort of a different riff on the superhero genre. What if Superman turns out to be bad? I suppose is the thought behind it. But yeah, I was delighted to pick that one up. And then this one's still sealed. It's the Exorcist Blu-ray. If you can see it there. I apologise for the lighting today. By the way, I'm doing it purely by room light because it's. Although it's sort of like late afternoon, it's very dull outside and there's no light coming in, so I just hope you can see me all right. Or better still, see what I'm showing you. It doesn't matter about me. I'd rather you be seeing what I'm trying to show you. So yeah, that was The Exorcist. There's an extended edition in there as well, so that's just an ordinary Blu-ray. This is the Spider-Man Far From Home 4K version. Has a very nice back cover as well, for a change. I mean, that was pricey. I've watched the film. I wasn't that impressed with it, but yeah. And then this is the film. This is the steelbook everybody was moaning about because Zavvi have already done a Terminator steelbook, and there was one before that somebody else did. So this is actually the third steelbook I've got for this. But it did, apart from all the moaning and groaning amongst the Blu-ray community that collects steelbooks, it's still sold out. So yeah, I picked one up. I only got it the day before last, so it's all sealed up. But yeah, very nice cover. I've still got a cat asking me on here, so you'll excuse me if I seem a bit worried about what's going on. Right, that was that. Now I'll just show you this very briefly. I've shown you my Destiny collection of pins in the past, but that's a new one I got recently. I think it's a fairly recent issue, but it's the famous gun from famous rocket launcher from Destiny 1. Those of you who know the game, it's the Galahorn and I just had to have that. It's a nice looking pin actually. I'll just show you a bit closer there. Yeah, everybody loved that particular gun when we were playing Destiny 1 back in the day. I'll just show you this as well. This is something that I was able to pick up when I went to see Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, the second Maleficent. It's like a Halloween pack, but I was just impressed with the poster there. This sort of thing's always worth picking up because these are like throwaway items. People will get them and kids will get hold of them and they'll get wrecked and thrown in the bin. So, if you're a film memorabilia collector, these are the sort of things you want to be picking up if you can. I mean, I got this from the IMAX, so I don't know if it was on general free distribution, but I was just happy to get one because very often these things sort of like go very quickly. So yeah, I was particularly pleased with that one. Here's another odd little item I just dug out. I bought this recently. It's a collection of 100 postcards, Penguin science fiction paperbacks. Now, that's one area of my collection that I haven't shown you yet. I mean, I have a large collection of 1960s, 70s, and sort of up to the mid 80s science fiction paperbacks. Some of them are quite well rare now. I don't use the term rare very often, but a few of the ones I have are rare, and quite a few of the rest of them are quite scarce now. You don't see them around very much on eBay. So I will get round to showing you that part of my collection sooner or later. But yeah, this is just a nice little collection of postcards from the covers of Penguin books. Give you a couple of examples. Rape, Date, Room Forever. And that's a very old cover from the 50s, I believe, of War of the Worlds. I mean, when I was a kid and got into science fiction, I was reading this stuff. And I was actually travelling quite a way to find a bookshop that sold these Penguin editions. So I was reading H.G. Wells when, I was 12, 13, 14. And also John Wyndham, of Kraken Wakes, stuff like that. They're the Triffids. But H.G. Wells was one of my earliest influences. So, yeah, that was another nice little item I picked up. Right, now we'll move on to the more mainstream stuff. I'll just show you what comic-related items I've picked up. That's the final edition of the Silver Surfer Black Run of 5 issues, written by Donny Cates, who I said to you last time is my current favourite writer. I've read all 5 of those, and it's quite a decent story. Enjoyed it. Donny Cates again. This is Absolute Carnage number 4. I think there's 5 in this run as well. So when I get number 5, I'll get round to read. I don't like to read these things month by month because you forget what happens. I'd rather collect all 5 and over the 5 months and then read them all together. I'm collecting the Guardians of the Galaxy because he's doing that as well. That's issue 10, and that one just came out this week. That's issue 11. That's the 5th of a 6-part story. Actually, I've just read issues 1 and 2 just today. So I should be catching up with that pretty soon. Now here's a nice little set that I picked up recently. I'll just put them in the right order. These are the variant editions for the Batman Who Laughs run of 7, I think it was. I've managed to pick up the first 4 variants. Now these are all variants that are limited to 3,000 copies. So you know they're quite. I mean, you know, when you consider how many comics get sold, they're or they will be quite scarce, I would imagine, because they're quite nice. So it's a bit of a dark cover, that one, difficult to see. But yeah, I mean these are all being marked down from a tenner down to around the £4 mark. So I've been lucky to pick all these up at such a reasonable price. That's issue 2. See, they're just £4 down from a tenner. This is a particularly nice one. That's the 3rd variant. That was a bit more expensive at a £5, but still half price. Like I say, these variants don't have a very high print run, 3,000. And I just picked up that one about a week ago. That was just £4. That's the full, so I've still got 5, 6 and 7 to get. But if I have to pay full price for them, then I'm not too worried, because, you know, I've been lucky to get the first 4 at half price or less. And this was one I picked up just yesterday. That's Donny Cates. He does Venom. I'm not a big fan of Venom, but I picked that one up because it's a convention, San Diego Comic Con special. You can only get it at the Comic Con. Well, obviously not, because I got it from Forbidden Planet, but that was the idea. Obviously they must have shipped out any spare copies they had. That was just £3, so there again it's a £10 variant. I think it's 4,000, that one. I can't remember it, but it might be only 3. Now this is one that I picked up ridiculously cheaply last week. It's the DC comic work of Neil Adams. It was £4. I mean, originally it was about 20 odd, getting on for 30, I think. Yeah, basically it contains a lot of stories that Neil Adams did for DC, Batman stories. Yeah, some nice black and white artwork in there as well. I mean, a lot of you may not be familiar with Neil Adams because he hasn't really been proficient in comics the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years. But back in the 70s, when I said proficient, I meant prolific, by the way. He was very prolific in the 70s. In fact, he's an artist that I always felt saved the DC when they were going through a bad patch. His covers were absolutely outstanding, and I mean, for me, it's the cover that very often sells a comic. I mean, I've bought comics just for the cover, and I've looked inside, and the artwork has been absolute dross. But you know, covers are just something that draw you to comics, and he was one of the greatest. Now, it's an interesting one. It's a large. This is the Black Label books that DC are doing at the moment, in large format. As you can see, it's larger than your average comic by quite a ways. I'll get it all in, just a comparison there. And yeah, I mean, obviously this is Joker. Can't mistake him. And of course, a lot of Joker stuff coming out at the minute to tie in with the film. By the way, if you haven't been to see it, get yourself along. It's a great film. I've seen it 4 times now. Yeah, so I haven't actually read that one yet, but I'm looking forward to getting round to that. Now this is another one in that Black Label series, but it's the hardback version of Batman Damned. It's a Batman story with a lot of the magical characters from DC, like Zatanna, Demon, John Constantine, those sort of characters. Quite a good read, actually. You know, I read it in a couple of sittings, and yeah, now this is actually a signed edition. There's a little book plate inside, signed by as you can see there, by the artist, I think it is. It might be the artist and the writer, yeah. Artist and the writer, so Azzarello and Louis Bermejo, who I like, Brian Azzarello and Louis Bermejo. Yeah, well worth a read. It was about 25 quid, that, but as I say, is a signed edition, so it'll have a very low, the book plate inside will have quite a low print run, I would imagine. And then finally on the comics front we had, I've shown you a couple of these before, volumes 1 and 2. This is volume 4 of the Golden Age Batman. Very weighty volume, lots of stories in there. This one covers Batman issues 26 to 35, Detective Comics 93 to 112, and World's Finest 15 to 22. And these are all from round about the pre-war, post-war years, so it'll be like 1945 onwards. That's all the old Batman stuff. I mean, a lot of it's unreadable by current day standards, but as historical comics and with some very nice covers, I find them well worth. I mean, that was like a $75 book, so it cost you 65, 70. That would be the RRP, and that was 40. So I always consider them worth picking up because I like omnibuses. Now, last but not least, we've got the. There's a nice slipcover. It's the art from the film Elysium. If you remember, Matt Damon science fiction effort with Matt Damon and Jodie Foster. I don't think I showed you this last time. I think I actually forgot, but it's a signed slipcase edition, and you have a little a couple of little posters in there as well. I'll just show you them while I'm getting them out. These things are always notoriously difficult to get out. This one's not so bad. Yep, so that's a little envelope you get, and you get a little drawn card from the film. So yeah, that was only a tenner. I think it was 50 quid originally. So there you have it. That's your book, The Art of the Film Elysium. Probably again there's some sort of signed. Obviously, it might still be in the box. I haven't got time to look for it, but yeah. So it was a very nice buy for the price, I thought. And then we have this. Right, so I'm going to do an unboxing of Need for Speed Heat Collector's Edition. That's the game. Still sealed. I don't think there's anything in there I can show you that would be of any interest bar the game. And there we have the box still sealed, as you can see. If you look in one end, you can see that. Oops, where is it? Lost it. Oh yeah, see it's facing me. You can see the little model car in there. So yeah, if I can get a pair of scissors in there, I'll start to right, there we go. Let's take the wrapping off. These things tend to be notoriously hard to prise away from the actual box. If you'll bear with me a moment, I'll do it without wrecking the. Oh, it's very tough plastic they use. I'll just give it another scissoring. Right, okay. There we go. That's all the plastic removed. Right. So, as I say, there you have it. There's the collector's box. Right, now I believe it pulls out from here. Right, okay. So, as I say, that's your box there. And inside we have That's the that's a little car that you get a model of. Great, these unboxings, because I haven't even seen this myself yet. Right, there's a little poster, congratulations, with your Need for Speed Heat Ultimate Edition. Yep, very nice. And there's a little softback notebook. It's got some a bit of artwork in the front there. All very nice. And then it becomes just a plain notebook. Okay. Nice if it was hardcover, but then I'm always saying that. Right, and that is the Steelbook. So I was wrong when I said I didn't have any game Steelbooks to show you. There's one right there. Of course, I've got the games separate, so this is empty. A bit of art inside there, or lettering inside there. It's quite nice. You know, as Steelbooks go, I think that's pretty neat. And then we have some little stickers. And then we have some fridge magnets. If I can get them open, I will show you them individually. Okay, so we have Risk. I presume that's the aforementioned Polestar car that you get the model of. Or maybe not, because I think that's maybe it there. Okay, so that's another fridge magnet. I think there's 4 here altogether, but the only problem is, oh yes, there we go. I presume that's from the Steelbook. And then, what that is, I'm not sure. Seems a strange kind of image to have on your fridge, but nevertheless. And here we have the model of the Polestar. The clue how you get it out. I'll see if I can without absolute. Yeah, looks as if it's sealed up. So yeah, okay. I'll give you a closer look at it. Okay, so EA were unhappy with that, and at some point in the not too distant future, I hope I will be getting another copy of that better made. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, as I said it before, I decided that I was going to stop collecting collector's editions when PS4 came out because of the price. I'm not convinced that I've just showed you is worth £100. I know the game itself is probably about 50 at least. But is a Steelbook and a couple of little bits and pieces worth another £50? I don't think so, but that's the reason I stopped collecting them. Space-wise as well, but price-wise, I mean £100 actually is cheap for a collector's edition now. I'm not convinced that's worth £100. In actual fact, if it hadn't been for the promise of another car, I might well have just sent it back, taken it into game and said, give us me £100 back, thank you very much. But as it is, I'm too intrigued by the new car to let that offer pass. So I'm gonna keep it. At least I get another Steelbook. I believe there is a Steelbook edition you can buy, and I believe the Steelbook is different to that. So obviously I'll be looking out for that on eBay at some future date. So there you have it, folks. Once again, thanks very much for stopping by and looking in. I'm not sure what will be up next, but the next pickups will be after Christmas, because I'll have a few Christmas presents, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll be along in a few weeks or so with another video of some sort. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for continuing to sub. I think we're about 12:20 now, so we're cracking on. And yeah, thanks a lot, and see you soon. Bye bye now.